10 out of 10, highly recommend. All your family and friends are going to be asking you for this recipe. Today we are making cheddar broccoli baked potatoes. Now today I'm just using the regular potatoes, but if you can find them in store, I would use the jumbo baking potatoes. But my Walmart did not have them in stock, so we're just using regular potatoes. Either one's fine, it's just the jumbo, you get a bigger potato. That's why I'm making multiple of these small ones to kind of equal it out. Because 2 of these potatoes would equal 1 of the jumbo potatoes. Now, first off, we're gonna get a pan here. This is my obviously trusty pan. As you see, it's kind of old. So do not judge that. I know a lot of people are always aesthetically pleasing with their clean pans and stuff. The pan is clean, it's just a little aged. But on this channel, we're all about good, delicious food and not about aesthetically pleasing cookware. As long as it's clean and it works, it's good enough for me. But anywho, what I'm doing here is I'm oiling all of the potatoes using the avocado oil like I showed. Now, the big reason why this step is so important, like you do not want to not oil your baked potato. Because putting avocado oil on it, or you can use olive oil if you're not into avocado oil. To me, either one tastes exactly the same. But then again, I'm not a picky person. But anywho, it makes it really crispy. And nothing's better than a baked potato that has that nice crispy outside. I just think it makes a potato taste 1,000 times better. And then once these are all oiled, I will add some salt to it. Now, the salt is optional. I mean, if you don't like salt, you don't have to add it. But I absolutely love adding salt to both sides. Now, if you want to check out my other video that's on here, we're basically doing the same thing. Besides, in that video, I did get my hands on some jumbo potatoes of making the classic baked potato. You can check that out. That's one of my first few videos. But totally optional and up to you, because like I said, we're doing the same thing here. The only difference in this video is we're loading it up with some cheddar and some broccoli. Now, if you haven't already, set that stove to 425. That's what temperature it will be baking at for 30 to 40 minutes, give or take. You will know when your potatoes are done because they'll be super crispy, and when you take like a tong to pick them up, they'll be nice and squishy. Also, one thing you want to do to your potatoes before you pop them in the oven, make sure you are poking holes in them, giving them little vents, because that will ensure that your potato cooks all the way through. Because I've had to learn that the hard way. When I first ever started trying to make a baked potato, I did all the steps besides putting little vent holes. I didn't know you had to. It wasn't mentioned, the recipe that I was following, and they were not cooking good, and I couldn't figure out why weren't these cooking. Like, I just kept thinking to myself, what am I missing? A simple step, just putting little vent holes in it. It'll cook all the way through. You'll have 0 problems. But anywho, long story short, make sure you're putting little vent holes in each potato so it cooks all the way through. And to do that, you can just use a knife or a fork, doesn't matter. I recommend poking 1 hole in the front and then 1 hole in the back. All right, let's go ahead, put these in the oven, and once they're completely done, they will look just like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and start assembling these baked potatoes. I am taking my tongs here to hold them in place since they are extremely hot. So do not be using your fingers because they will burn you. They are very hot at this moment, but look at how delicious they look. All right, now we are gonna cut open each and every baked potato and start assembling. So once we have each and every single one cut open, we're gonna do the next step, which is adding butter on the inside and letting it melt. All right, now it's time to add the butter. And before we add the cheese, we will wait until all these are fully melted, like here. Now we are adding in our cheddar cheese, just load it up. The more cheese you can fit in there, the better. That's what I like to say. Because who doesn't love more cheese? So yep, next step is just to fill all your baked potatoes with some cheddar cheese, and then we'll move on to the broccoli. Now let's talk about the broccoli a little bit. I did personally steam mine fresh, but if you don't have a steamer or don't really know how to do that, I can recommend just using the already steamed frozen ones you find in the frozen section. If you want to do it that way, you can use that broccoli. Otherwise, what I did to steam my broccoli is I put water in a pot about 1 inch deep, waited until there was a broil, and then you put your broccoli in there, cover it with the lid, and let it cook for 4 minutes. Then it'll be nice and tender. Then you take it off and drain it right away. All right, now we are putting on our broccoli. I did my best to stuff these as much as possible because, of course, the more toppings, the better. So adding a lot of cheddar means adding a lot of broccoli. But it's your baked potatoes, so if you want to add less broccoli and less cheddar, totally up to you, but I recommend stuffing it. Because once we're done with this broccoli on top, can you guess what we're going to do next? Yes, we are going to add some more cheddar cheese on top. Because why wouldn't we? Alrighty, then all you do is pop these in the oven for roughly 10 minutes and you're completely done. You have your cheddar broccoli baked potato. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video and also enjoyed watching this video. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it so much. And thank you for supporting my channel.